most insidious dangers are those that aren't considered to be dangers by many people. There are some big things that are in the headlines that people are scared about right now. Take nuclear war with Russia. Now, this is very tangible, and so it's easy to understand, but the more subtle dangers, the ones that are real, these are the ones that, unless you're really keen, you're not even going to know what's happening. There's a type of social engineering that I call fear installation. What this is it is injecting fear into our minds. This essentially robs you of life. When that fear is injected into your brain, what you experience is a lack of an ability to enjoy the life you're in. I call them fear peddlers. And it is, in my mind, basically the lowest occupation you could have in life. I'm going to make it a little comparable to something else that I consider pretty bad. That's being a CEO of a cigarette manufacturing company. And you can imagine that CEO sits back in his desk and thinks, look at the new millions I'm rolling in today. And all of those millions are purchased with the lives and the health of the people that he is selling his poison to. He is selling an addictive poison to people and profiting from it. I don't like to use the word evil, but that's pretty bad. Fear peddling is a more subtle danger, but just as bad. Because the fear, it creates a constant state of stress and anxiety inside of us. Not only does it ruin our moment to moment ability to live and appreciate life, but it erodes our health. And there are people, the first ones I'm going to talk about are the big media conglomerates who are sitting there peddling fear. And you go and you watch their programs, and it's going to say, alert, alert, danger, this is happening. And they're going to sell you that fear, and it is an addictive poison. Now, there are also some big name YouTubers who are peddling fear, and it's just as bad in their case. Consider when they make a video, if it gets 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, a million views, they're making thousands of dollars on that. They're sitting back watching that money roll in, and they've learned that the fear sells videos. They're watching that money roll in, and that money is the health of the people that are watching their videos and the life of the people that are watching those videos. They are willing to take that money in exchange for you, for your well-being. They are selling you an addictive poison, an addictive mental toxin, injecting into your brain that fear toxin that makes you come back again and again, and that destroys your life. And they're doing it for profit. Now, this is actually not about blaming the people that are doing this. How many of us can resist the temptation of easy money coming in? And how many of us are really moralistic about how we make our money? There are a few, and great respect to all of you who say, gosh, is the way that I'm earning an income, is it adding goodness to the world? If you're one of those people, that is stellar. The world needs more of you. But the reality is that most of us can't resist that temptation. So let's not blame the people that are putting out this media. Let's blame ourselves if we're going to that media. Because the only reason that they're making money off that media is because so many of us are going back again and again. We're taking the shot. We're taking the drug. And we are encouraging them to continue peddling fear, doing this lowest of the low activity, because we are supporting it because we're allowing it to make money. This is the clear and present danger you will face this week, is that there will be these offerings in front of you. The algorithm will put them out there unless you have blocked off those channels. The algorithm will put them out there and it will tempt you. And unless you have a very strong discipline and willpower, you may find yourself falling in the same way that those creators, those media conglomerates are falling to the temptation of making money off of this, off the health of good people. The same for us. We may be too low in discipline or willpower to resist that toxin because of its addictive qualities. So here's what you do. You build up your discipline, you build up your willpower. This is something you can build, just like a muscle, a physical muscle. You can build up the mental muscles. And you need to do that by making sure that you aren't overwhelmed mentally. The best way, when the algorithm presents here, this offering, whenever you see something that says, warning this, warning that, there's 3 little dots up there in the corner. Just hit there, nix out that channel, block out that channel. And I'm really suggesting that because if you don't, it's always going to be there in front of you. And you are going to be tempted to go back to it again and again and again. But wait, don't we have to hear about these things? Well, first of all, I've said this before, if you are listening to a predictive channel, test them out. Go back a year, look at some of their predictions. Often they're going to be very short term, within a month, within a week, this will happen. Notice if it's happened, especially the very dire ones. The world has ended at least 40, 60, 80 times on some of these channels in the last 2 or 3 years. And yet here we are, and you're watching this video and I'm making it somehow. So the economy hasn't collapsed, there hasn't been nuclear war, everything hasn't fallen apart. Will it? We don't know. Of course it may tomorrow. But if someone's been predicting this, they have been proving that they are a bad predictor. They're a lousy Nostradamus. Don't listen to it anymore. Write to those people and encourage them to do this instead. And I'm going to make this encouragement right now. So if you're a person that is peddling fear, I'm going to say, don't do it. And I'm going to give you some really good reasons not to do it. And you're going to be fighting the temptation of that pocketbook because you know all you have to do is say, there's going to be nuclear war with Russia within a week, and you're going to load in more money into your pocketbook. But interestingly, if any of your predictions come true, probably the economy is going to collapse, and this money that you are so intent on getting right now isn't going to do you any good at all. It's going to be worthless. The thing that is going to do you good is skill building, is building your mental, physical skill base. And the best thing you can do with your channels is to stop peddling the fear and start helping people to develop those same skills. Now, you can't develop those skills if you're spending most of your time sitting at a computer researching the next bad thing that's going to happen and then spending hours and hours making videos about the next bad thing that's going to happen. What if instead you research some skills? If something bad does happen, how can people mentally make it through this? You can just deliver skill sets and enrich people's lives. You're still going to make money. It's still going to happen. It may not be nearly as much. You're still going to make money, but you're also going to feel good because you're giving people skills that not only enrich their life right now, but will see them through tough times. And we're all going to face tough times. It doesn't have to be war with Russia. It can be someone you love who dies in a car accident tomorrow. So let's give people those skills. If you're a creator peddling fear, really, please consider this. This is a poison. This is a toxin. And you know the difference between making videos that give people good, solid skills and making videos that just peddle fear. It's easy to rationalize this and say, well, I'm warning people of what I think is going to happen. And then I'm dropping a couple of skills that might save them from, getting killed in that nuclear war. Here's the thing. If you're peddling the fear, you're not giving people a good chance to develop those skills because you're instilling anxiety and fear. Most of their mindset is going to be taken up with just that anxiety. It overwhelms us. And if you present a couple good skills that they can develop, it's going to be pretty much useless information to them because you're coupling it with fear. You can't give somebody a healthy dose of this yummy broccoli elixir, let's say, while you're also giving them this huge dose of poison. It nixes out any benefit they're going to get from that little dose. So if you're a creator, switch up your game. Do what's right. Stop peddling fear. And give people big doses of positive skill sets that they can develop. So whether you're a viewer or a creator, this is a toxin that will eat our life alive. It is going to destroy our life. I'll tell you straight up right now. By next week, there will not be a nuclear war. By next week, there will not be an economic collapse. Test me on it. Check back in a week. But what there will be is there will be all kinds of fear toxin ready to be injected into your veins, ready to be injected into your mind. Don't take it. Don't take it. Cut it out of your life. It's okay to be aware of things. Being aware of things is totally different than feeding yourself a diet of fear. And if you're a creator, do what's right. Just stop. Start offering things that really help people. Then when you get your money from YouTube, you're going to feel, oh, you know what? This money, this was not earned on the blood of other people, on the well-being of other people, on the happiness of other people. This was earned on making people's lives better, on helping them out, on being a friend to them. And believe me, if you do stop, people are going to beg you to go back to it. They're going to want their hit. You're essentially acting as a heroin dealer. When you stop giving people the heroin, they're going to come back and say, give me more hits. It's so good. Give me more. I want more. You've got to say no. And it has to start with you. Because if it doesn't start with you, who's going to do it? Who's going to be strong enough? Who's going to be right enough to resist that? It's got to be you. Because you are. You've got to be the one to pave the way and show other people how it can be done. And if you're a viewer, you be the strong one. Your family, your kids, they might all be taking this fear. Don't do it. Set an example. Be the strong one. Show what it means to be conscious of what you're injecting into your brain. My friends, thank you for watching, and I hope this video inspires you to make some real changes. Love to you all.